New at 11, a charity's broken promise and a mistake on a county map are colliding in a big Outer Banks controversy. At stake, the fate of an undeveloped beach along the northern banks. Investigator Mike Mather digs into a dust-up that will likely go to the state Supreme Court.
This is what you expect from the Outer Banks. Waves gliding over the sand, shells scattered on the beach, and a tall, natural dune protecting what's behind it. In most places, you'd find beach houses behind the dune, but here, only beach birds and beach flowers and everything else that's thrived here since the ocean first formed these barrier islands. This 13-acre oceanfront parcel in Corolla has never been developed. But that could soon change.
We're here in Corolla. What's this, Corolla? Corolla. Talking business on a sand dune in hills.
Just over a week ago, developers massed on the shore, drinks in hand. They posted this shaky video on YouTube. Locals pointed out they stomped all over the dunes. That's an Outer Banks no-no. But it is how the commercial developers came to covet the spot that is the core of the controversy.
We were really blindsided.
People who live on Pine Island say this is the last substantial piece of undeveloped oceanfront property. The family that owned this property donated it to a charity with the promise that it stay just like this. But now the Pine Island residents say that charity has broken its promise. It's put the property up for sale, and developers are salivating. Jane and Earl Slick gave this property to the Audubon Society decades ago. That's a charity dedicated to preserving land. But now the charity famous for conservation says it would rather have the cash. Disappointed Pine Island neighbors figured, well, if the land has to be sold, they could reluctantly live with that. It would just mean more houses because that's what the land is zoned for. Or so they thought.
There was an error, a simple clerical error made on the part of the county planning folks.
Bob Sprague, who lives in Pennsylvania, is the president of the Pine Island property owners. He found out about the mistake when the developer planned not houses, but dense condominiums, stores, restaurants, and a 100-room hotel. The developer's drawings show the project will destroy the dunes and shred the shrubs. Years ago, Currituck County somehow made a mistake on its maps and, without anyone noticing, switched the zoning here from houses to hotels. And because that goof happened so long ago, the county told the Pine Island residents, too bad, the new zoning law stands.
That's the most outrageous miscarriage of justice and indifference to what's fair and reasonable that I've ever heard of.
Sprague wonders if this was a mistake at all. If this is charity property, the county gets no taxes, but a mega development would pour millions into the county's bank account. Do you think there's a possibility that somebody pulled a fast one?
There's certainly a possibility.
News Channel 3 went to the Audubon's Pine Island Sanctuary to ask why they would sell this pristine land against the wishes of the man who gave it to them. But the gate was locked. It's not open to the public. By phone, the manager here said he was too busy this week for an interview, but he said the oceanfront property does not have any conservation value, and the charity could use that money elsewhere. And remember, this charity, the Audubon Society, is the same group fighting tooth and nail on Hatteras Island to protect the beaches there, to keep birds safe from fishermen and four-wheel drives. But the Corolla beach it owns could soon go from this to this, but not without a fight. Sprague says Pine Island neighbors will challenge the county's declaration that a zoning mistake can somehow become a zoning law.
We're very hopeful that common sense and logic and fairness and justice, in fact, will prevail on the final analysis.
Reporting from Corolla, North Carolina, Mike Mather, News Channel 3.
Now, News Channel 3 went to the Currituck County Manager's office in person last Wednesday to ask for an interview. County Manager Dan Scanlon did not respond until just hours ago, and News Channel 3 will follow up with him and let you know what he has to say.